All right, hey, we're back again with Jon Ikeda here in Detroit at the 2016 North American International Auto Show, standing in front of the latest creation from the Acura Design Studios. It's the Acura Precision concept. And John's just going to give us a little bit of an overview of it and tell us what it means for Acura in the future.
Okay, so I just want to set things clear now, all right? So I'm switched over out of the design side, over the fence to sales side now, but I can't step away from this car at all. I mean, the design of this, Dave and the team worked on this car. It's fantastic. The purpose of this vehicle, number one, more than anything, is that we're rededicating ourselves to precision crafted performance as a brand. That's something I'm working on very hard on the sales side over at American Honda, and that we're going to build this brand around where we come from, you know. And when I joined this company, precision crafted performance, we didn't even run ads that talked about luxury so much. It's just about performance. And so when we decided to rededicate to that, Dave and the team, Michelle and John Norman, the team got together and they made this vehicle, which is a design expression, I guess, a free design expression of what it means to be precision crafted performance.
All right, so what level are we at here with this car? Design study, concept, possible production vehicle?
This is a design study, right? It's a concept car. But what you're looking at here is you're seeing bits and pieces of not just a sedan. So don't look at this just as a sedan design, but pieces that you might see in future SUVs or any of the products that we're thinking from a styling perspective, or interior ideas, or things we're thinking about for HMI and human connectivity. All the ideas that Dave talked about on stage, all of these things are in play. Yeah.
Well, it looks really nice. I noticed you guys have gone with a pretty long wheelbase. You mentioned the dash to axle ratio, kind of pushing the cab back a little bit, front axle closer to the front of the vehicle with not as much overhang, which kind of hints at like a possibly longitudinal powertrain layout. I mean, is this something that we might see?
I think the Dave and the guys, they looked at proportion. Proportion is everything when it comes to styling. We're not looking at powertrains here today. There's no powertrain ideas. You saw some of the images on the screen in the intro. You know, we got full motor systems. We got all kinds of things that are future powertrains. So I'm not going to commit to say, but basically this model is about trying to make sure that the car looks premium and performance oriented. And when you stretch that wheelbase out, it definitely sets a tone for a premium feel. And so that's where the guys are coming from with that. Yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are we to see a sedan from Acura with a 10-foot wheelbase like this?
If that's what we need to do, you know, well, I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm going to be truthful on that, but it looks great, right?
Yeah, 122-inch wheelbase with 50, height's like 52 inches or something.
Yeah, it's supercar proportions. It's all stuff that designers, you know, dream about doing, but we could see it, how it manifests itself. It's just a great look, and once again, proportion sets the tone for a great design, and so that's what they're trying to express here.
Cool. So, obviously, you know, we've seen previous concepts, and you take little pieces of elements, and they show up in cars, and then you look back and go, "Oh, that's where that came from." So that's pretty much what we're looking at here. Is what you're telling us?
I think so. I mean, there's a lot of ideas that the team is thinking about, right? And you want to test these things out and see how people resonate at the shows and things. But one thing we could tell our friends that, you know, when we talked about going back to performance oriented, we readdressed everything on this design, and it's including some of the things that, you know, we've talked about on your webpage, the front grille, the front fascia. That's something drastically different. Right. But you know, over time we evolved that grille to a point where, you know, it's not so much of an issue. But when we say PCP, meaning precision crafted performance, you want that nice intake look, right? The big intake. And so at that point, we said, let's just go with what's best for our direction.
Right. You know, people call that the beak, and maybe not so affectionately, but that's what they refer to it as.
Yeah. So the direction you see on this show car, it's something you're going to be seeing in the future. It's not that distant future either with some.
Right. And we've heard Acura's kind of recommitted themselves to improving the sedan lineup. And would you say this is the first step towards that?
Yeah, and that's one of the key things that we decided to do this study with a sedan, right? I mean, I don't know how exciting. It's so exciting for me to be on the stage with something like this, with a direction and a strategy that we want to put forward. Mr. Hachigo talked about rededicating for the next 30 years of Acura.
Now, I want to use the 30th anniversary of Acura to set the direction for the Acura brand for the next 30 years.
On stage for us today at the NSX sitting over there. I mean, it's a good time to be excited about Acura again, I think.
Yeah, by the way, the Casino White looks great on that. It's really nice. I saw one over in the Rob Report display as well. I knew it would look good in white, but it's good to see it in person.
Yeah, it's the Casino White is just ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
The paint job on that is incredible, and so yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, it's exciting all the way around.
Yeah, so I guess I'll get to drive one of these in a few weeks or
Yes.
about a month or so. So I'm really looking forward to that and experiencing that in person. But I guess anything else you'd like to say about your plans for Acura going forward? I have a feeling you guys have some pretty concrete plans, but I know you probably can't say much about them. But
Well, I mean, in a big picture of things, we talk about what the NSX means to us, and Ted Klaus and the team, they went and made precision crafted performance. We didn't go write it in a book or anything. He made precision crafted performance for us in the form of this NSX, and we need to live up to the standards of that vehicle, and we're using it as a benchmark for whatever we do at Acura as a brand. Is it to that level? Is it worthy of what we're doing here? Is it innovative? Is it human-centered? Zero delay, all those things and characteristics that car has, we're taking that to heart in terms of how we behave every day as a brand and as associates that work here.
and not too long ago, there was some word that came out that Acura basically saw all-wheel drive as a staple of the performance side. Is that still the case?
I think performance shows itself in many ways. You're going to see, you're going to get in that car tomorrow, in a couple weeks here, and it's going to blow your mind. Four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, whatever it is, it's got to be about performance, and we're going to do our best to express it, live up to the standards of what we're setting here. Yep.
And are you guys looking at possibly having some Acura-specific platforms or anything to give you a distinction from Honda products, or a further distinction, I should say?
I think I'm not privy to talk about all that, especially now that I'm over there. I got to look at sales numbers every day. But in any case, we're going to work with whatever we have to bring the best of Acura out, and that's all I could say. Honda has great things, and we're going to use whatever we need to use, and so
It's just, I think people kind of assume it's been a very challenging thing for Acura to work with it in maybe a limited tool set as far as addressing certain markets. So we're just asking, maybe you're getting a little bit of relief in that respect.
Yeah, I mean, I think the dedication of everyone on a global scale to back this brand has been fantastic, and I'm just excited to see what comes out.
Yeah, so are we. So I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today, and look forward to seeing what the future holds for Acura.
Yeah, thanks to everybody that is on the webpage, we on the blogs. We're always checking, we're always listening. We said this over 10 years ago probably now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're always watching, and thanks to everybody. Yep.
All right, appreciate it.
Thanks.